Hello, Clarice. Do you think if you save them all, the lambs will stop screaming? Is that what you think? Today's review is another movie for a first-time watch that people have gotten on my case about watching, and this movie is what most people consider a masterpiece, one of the best horror movies ever made, and I'm talking about Silence of the Lambs.
Most serial killers keep some sort of trophies from their victims.
I didn't.
No. No, you ate yours.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's review, I was pushed into watching this movie because I've never seen it before, and I'm talking about Silence of the Lambs, starring Anthony Hopkins, Jodie Foster, and Ted Levine. I just never, I don't know, this is one of those movies that just never clicked to me whenever I saw it, that I was like, hey, I want to watch that. I don't know, there's something about it that just didn't pull me in. But out of all the Hannibal films, this one is the one you definitely want to watch over any of the others. If you don't watch any of the other ones, fine, but this one, you have to see at least once. It's a damn masterpiece. Literally, it literally is. It's not as good as The Thing for me personally, but it's as an overall movie, it's pretty damn good. Follows the story of Agent Sterling. She's going through trying to become an FBI agent. She wants to go work in the behavioral analysis unit. Super smart girl, super dedicated to the job, that's for sure. She was handpicked to go to interact with Hannibal Lecter, a psychiatrist who would actually eat his patients. He's locked up in a maximum security facility, so they choose her to go over there to see if she can get any information out of him at all, because throughout this movie they're trying to work with the serial killer Hannibal to find another serial killer known as Buffalo Bill, who likes to skin his victims, and the FBI they have no idea where he is. They are unable to locate him, and obviously Buffalo Bill's doing what he does and killing these women and then carving off pieces of their flesh. And while they go to the coroner's office to be the autopsy, they find something stuck inside of the body's mouths, and there's a moth stuck deep inside their throat that obviously the killer had to place inside of there, because there's no way it would have got down that deep. So as this movie goes, Buffalo Bill's played by Ted Levine. He's a fantastic actor, especially in this film. His performance, just to flip a switch at the drop of a hat, he goes from this nice guy to this crazy motherfucker who's tucking his dick between his legs. Singing, freaking dancing around in a dress and putting makeup on and being all pretty. Goodbye, horses. Freaking moving around like this with his dick tucked between his legs, giving him a mangina. I mean, I've seen that part of this film before, but I've never seen it in the context of the film. It's a sick dude. He likes to keeps his prisoners, the women that he captures, he keeps them down in this well, big ass deep well in his basement. He keeps them down there just until they're right. He picks bigger women, and then he makes sure their skin gets nice and loose so that he's able to cut it off easier that way, so it's not as tight to the skin, so he can cut it off. And he's collecting all these pieces of skin from these women. He was skinning all of these women so that he could make a suit or a dress made of the women's clothing because he's fucking fucked up in the head. And they believe Clarice is the one who can break Hannibal and get the information to be able to find Buffalo Bill to get him to stop this freaking serial killing path that he's on. And they did get some information from Hannibal. He had a thing for Clarice. The moment he saw her, I don't know, he like fell in love with her or what, but he was hooked on Clarice. I don't think he would, honestly, I don't think he would hurt her. There was just something about her that clicked for him, and because he said that this earth it wouldn't be the same if you were not on it. So I don't think he would do anything to harm Clarice in this film. A scene that I really did like in this movie was Hannibal's escape scene from prison. The two cops are there checking on him. He has this pin hide between his hand. He unhooks the handcuffs, kills both of them, cuts off the one cop's face, puts it on his own face, and lays on the ground like he was one of the cop victims that got attacked. So obviously being attacked and injured, they load him up into an ambulance. And honestly, when I saw it, I had no idea. I did not know. I thought they were going to show Hannibal escaping a different way. But as the ambulance is going down the road, you see the police officer reach up, pull that skin mask off his face, and then he obviously kills the paramedics that he's with and gets away. I thought that was fantastic. I did not see that coming at all. Not one bit. The score in this film is great as well. It definitely adds to the mood and the environment that we have. I know people probably like Jodie Foster's performance as Clarice. I don't know. There's something about it. I mean, she's good. I don't know. It's just her voice. I don't know. It annoyed me like the entire time. Like I did not want to hear her speak at all. I love listening to Hannibal Lecter speak. His voice is it's not, I don't know, he does it on purpose probably because he's a psychiatrist, but his voice is like so inviting. It makes me want to come and listen to him. He just sounds so sophisticated and so intelligent, which he is. But his voice is just so inviting. Whenever he's telling her the story about I ate his liver and some fava beans. I don't know, even he's telling you sick things, he's still like inviting you in, like, man, I want to keep listening to this guy talk. He's very smart. You can never underestimate him because he's always like 2 steps ahead of where everybody else is. In this movie, it didn't seem like the cops, like whenever Clarice, they were in the town trying to investigate for Buffalo Bill, it didn't seem like any of the men like respected her for what she was doing and what she was trying to be. They were kind of like sexist. It appeared to me. A woman shouldn't be doing this kind of work, or a woman shouldn't be in charge of other men. But she was the only one that knew what she was doing. The whole she had some trauma in her past, flashbacks to her father and whatnot. She was getting over those as she was becoming an FBI agent. She was building that inner strength and the drive to keep going, and she definitely did throughout this movie. I think we needed more Hannibal. I know there's other films in the franchise. I've yet to see them, but they probably feature Hannibal a little bit more. I needed some more of him in this movie. But I thought it was awesome that they were using a serial killer to track another serial killer. And all Hannibal Lecter wanted, he wanted him to be transferred because he wanted a room with a view of the ocean and the beach. He just wanted, he knew he was never getting out. Well, not without escaping, but he just wanted a room with a view. He wanted to be able to see beautiful things out the windows. He was an artist, drew gorgeous paintings and hand drawings. Fantastic. There's really nothing he couldn't do. Listen to the classical music. He was very like upper echelon of people, but he just was obviously committing horrible, heinous acts by killing and eating his patients, unfortunately. So, and then he gave Clarice the speech of the lambs, because I guess Clarice used to work on like a lamb farm, and they would kill the lambs, and they'd be screaming up until their final breath, and she couldn't get that out of her head. So Hannibal was comparing her victims being in trouble or being in tough situations or whatever, and she had to save them. So the lambs would stop screaming in her head, which comes back around to the term, the name of the movie, Silence of the Lambs. She needed the screaming in her head to stop, so she had to try to save everybody. And once she would save them, hopefully she wouldn't hear the screaming anymore. That was a great speech by Hannibal. Like I said, Anthony Hopkins makes this movie what it is, no doubt. Another awesome scene, the basement scene at Buffalo Bill's house, whenever he cuts the power out and he has the night vision goggles, and he's like reaching out for her hair and shit. And he could have taken her out any minute, any time he wanted to. But I liked how he was just toying with her because she was freaking out, obviously, because she couldn't see anything. Touching out for everything, freaking out every time she did. And Buffalo Bill was just, just toying with her. Until he made a mistake, he bumped something. Light came in, she was able to see him. Boom! Killed Buffalo Bill. Clarice did this all on her own. The SWAT team and the FBI traced the address to a different house where obviously they were not located. Clarice was able to find Buffalo Bill's apartment, get her way inside his house by saying she was looking for something, asking who a neighbor was and whatnot, if she could use his phone. And then once she got inside, that was the end of the game. She rescued that person. There was a lady down in the hole at that time who wanted to be rescued, man. She was a bitch. She's like, where the fuck are you going? Get me out of here, don't you leave me. I'd have left that bitch down there to die. Even though that lady was pretty smart because she stole Buffalo Bill's dog, and he really loved that dog. And he was freaking out, saying, don't do it, don't hurt my dog, don't hurt my dog. And all that lady wanted was out of the hole. I don't know who has a hole like that in their basement, but it's like the one thing that I remembered from this film for some reason, that besides the Ted Levine dance, was that hole in the ground. Buffalo Bill was a weird fucking dude. Very feminine looking dude, that's for sure. Put the lotion in the basket. I don't... Very fascinated with lotion in this film. I mean, I'm fascinated with lotion too, but that's another subject, you know what I mean? But yeah, Silence of the Lambs was a great flick. Definitely kept me intrigued from the beginning to the end. I don't think it's going to be one that I would find myself watching, just sitting around and be like, hey, what am I going to watch today? Oh, Silence of the Lambs. No, I don't think it's that kind of movie. But it is one of those upper echelon horror movies that do exist. Just not my style for all obvious reasons. I mean, the fast-paced, bloody, gory kind of films. And this definitely was more of the psychological kind of horror, which I usually tend not to lean towards. But it was a good film. I cannot say anything bad about it, except for Jodie Foster. Just her voice. Her performance was good. I don't know, her voice just bothers me. But other than that, it was a great film. I like the ending in Hannibal Lecter's talking to Clarice, and that's whenever he's like, hey, this world wouldn't be the same without you in it, and how he's going to have an old friend for dinner. As he's it looks like he's in maybe down in Jamaica or somewhere down in the tropics. Got some longer hair, got a cool hat on, and this cool beachy kind of outfit. And the credits just start to roll as he's walking, down the street trying to go after his next meal, which was one of the guys who worked in the FBI. I don't know if he's down on vacation or what, but that's the ending of the movie, and the credits roll, and that's it. Hannibal got away. They have no idea where he is. Clarice caught the bad guy. She became an official FBI agent, and I'm going to go work in the behavioral analysis unit. So, honestly, I know I said it's a masterpiece, and that's supposed to be a 5 out of 5, but I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. I think that's fair. I had enjoyment out of it, but obviously, like I said, it's not one I'm going to put rewatchability into the score as well, and this just isn't one I'm really going to rewatch that often. But it was a good movie, good acting, good score, good story. I had a good time with it. now I guess I'm going to have to go on to Seven's going to be my next one. Yes, I've never seen Seven, so I'm going to get on that next here shortly and dive into that. This was fun. Definitely join myself and Goodwill Hunting on next Sunday. I believe that will be the 14th as our first episode of Replay or Reboot doing the Child's Play series. But thanks Jason Smith from Sinister Cinemas for pushing me to spread my horizons and watch some more flicks, because I'm enjoying movies that I never thought I'd even want to watch. So thank you for that, my friend. And now I gotta go eat an old friend for dinner with some fava beans. Have a scary day.